Hey everybody, and welcome back to MECH. Wads is right here, and I'm coming back at you with all kinds of new stuff. I've got brand new recording, brand new microphone, and as you can see, the nest is starting to come down because in a little while, I'll be moving to a new nest. But that doesn't mean the videos are going to stop coming. I'm going to keep bringing you as much content as I can, as often as I can. I know things have been a little slow with the holidays, but I'm coming back with a brand new deck profile. And that's right. Engine series, baby. We're talking Dreadnought Engine. Oh yeah, this one is some of my finest work, I think. And you know what an engine series means? That means cars, cars, cars. That's right, baby. Start those engines because we're bringing brand new cars out. And that means my boy Cliff Jumper is coming back. Now that he's out in Energon Edition, you know he's so much easier to get. No more $90 to $100 on eBay. We're talking like maybe 50 bucks at worst, and so many people bought Energon Edition that he's so much easier to come across these days. So that means you have to plan for him, but more importantly, that means that you need to plan with him. Man, I'm so excited to see people use this card more often, and I'm excited to keep bringing you decks that use him. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get right into the deck profile, so just sit back and let's get started! Alright, people. We're going to go ahead and start with the bot lineup, and as you know, and I said it already, the centerpiece for this, as always with the Engine series, is Cliff Jumper. Still using the same SDCC promo that I've been using since Wave 1, back when he wasn't that good. And now that we've gotten into Wave 4, I mean, he's made his mark. I mean, you guys know, Cliff Jumper did a lot of damage at Gen Con. He didn't have as much of a showing at PAX, which surprised me a little bit, but everyone's trying different stuff, so, you know, the meta changes, it keeps shifting. There's nothing really constant, but I'll stick with cars as long as I can because I've been doing it since Wave 1 and I love them. Moving in next, from Wave 2, I've got Prowl, Little Prowl as I call him, and he's one of my favorites, especially for this deck. He's fantastic because he's got that natural bold 1, and he's just a glass cannon. You try to get 1, 2, maybe 3 swings with him before he goes down, and you don't ever have to flip him. He just kind of chills there in car mode so you can take advantage of all the car support. And the nice thing is, once he's dead, if you need to, you can flip him and scrap an enemy weapon, which is great if you're running into someone that's using a Battle Master. But I find that he typically doesn't flip much, even in KO. But it's nice to have the option should you run into a situation where it's necessary. Alright, and then moving in next, we've got Big Prowl, back from Wave 1. And I love this guy because it gives you a little repair, but I found that I don't run into it that much that I get to use it. But what I do use is when he flips back here, we're giving Bold 2 to everyone, as you all know. And I personally am a big fan of that because there's so many ways to get him to flip up and down so quickly. I mean, when you flip him up to bot mode, you get to draw for Cliff anyway. So take advantage of that draw and then Bold 2. I mean, why not? And then last but not least, we got 4 stars left. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in Private Stakeout. Now, Stakeout's one of those cards that I kind of underestimated. He's got stealth while he's untapped, so I typically save him for a turn when I get to attack twice because I'm kind of ahead of the curve with the untaps. Or I'll use him and just let him be sacrificed to beef up Cliff Jumper, because as you guys all know, he gets +1 attack for each car in the KO area. So if I got all 3 of these guys dead, I've got a natural 8 on him now. Now that we're all settled up with that, let's go ahead and jump right into upgrades. Alright, moving into upgrades. You guys know aggro deck. That means I'm going to definitely start with the classic 3 improvised shield, double orange pips. You're not really going to play it from your hand, but, I mean, who knows? Maybe you really want the tough one. I haven't run into a situation where I need it. But the double orange pips and no star cost is a definite yes for this deck. And of course, another definite yes for cars. I got 3 turbo boosters in here. And obviously utility, +1 attack, untap a car. It's great because I'm not really flipping any of my guys too often from car mode, especially Prowl or Stakeout. So I mean, why not reuse them another turn? Make them put in their work before they hit the dirt. And of course, any staple of aggro, I'm running 3 grenade launchers, +4, blows itself up after you attack with it. Not really much to say about this. Aggro deck means aggro cars. Now, one of the things that I considered and definitely went with this time around is I've got 3 anticipation engines. Now, I got to talk about Wrecking Rule definitely did their work and put Anticipation Engine to work. But here's the one thing you got to consider, and I've been doing a lot of thinking about this, especially with the way the meta's been drifting right now, especially with a lot of blue decks. Anticipation Engine triggers when you attack. So I could go ahead and flip over my action while I'm attacking. Then if they flip over their Sabotage Armaments, all of a sudden I already got my use out of my Anticipation Engine. Go ahead and scrap it. If I flip over a Reckless Charge, all of a sudden this is a grenade launcher. Who cares if it goes boom? I already got my +4. It's not like it has to sit here for the effect to be in play. It's just playing the action. So go ahead, scrap my Anticipation Engine. I already got my use out of it. And if you don't scrap it, I'm just going to use it again. Last but not least, I've got 2 Bashing Shields. Again, staple of using orange decks, green icons so you can fish for it, and taking out enemy armors. So why not? This is it. That's all my upgrades. So as you can guess, Anticipation Engine has a high percentage. I have to tell you guys now, this deck uses 43 cards. 43! I've never run a deck with that many cards before. But for some reason it seems to work for me. And having a high percentage chance for this card to hit something, I mean look at this, this is 14 cards. 29 other cards that this can hit. So, let's go ahead and move forward. I'm going to go ahead and show you my actions. Alright, action time, baby. And of course, aggro staple. Peace through tyranny. Oh yeah. Double pips, no star cost. Perfect. I haven't run into a situation yet where I've played it, but, you know, Prowl gets injured to the point where he's at 1 health left. Why not? Next up, I've got 3 Start Your Engines, of course. Classic car support. Flip everyone to car mode. Untap one. Not much to say about that. You all know how that works by now. Let's get into the real nitty-gritty. We're going to go into our aggro actions. I've got 3 Reckless Charge. I've got 3 Supercharge. And you guys have been seeing me use these for a while now. +4 attack, take some feedback damage, bold 3. I mean, it's a good little package that's been running around since Wave 2. But now we get to get into the newer stuff. I've got 3 Fight for Position. Bold 2, black icons. Sometimes that little bit of Pierce can do the trick. And then last but not least, the one that people probably wouldn't expect me to use, 3 Head-On Collision. My cars aren't flipping around much. That's a +3 for Prowl. That makes him an 8 bold 1. And then if I flip other Prowl down, that's 8 bold 3. That's bigger than Wheeljack. That's crazy. Alright. Do a little digging here. We got 3 Confidence. I was a little against this card when I first picked it up. I mean, orange icon, yes. Lets me dig, yes. Lets me play another action, yes. But it's a -1 if you play the extra action. Actually, it's a -2 if you play the extra action. Excuse my math. It's a -1 because you're playing the card, you're drawing 2, and then you have to give up 2. But you hit that on Anticipation Engine, it'll let you dig for any of these. Like, that's huge. I love this. And it's a great package to run because these guys can get to their stuff so easily now. Alright, I got 2 escape routes in here. I run those because I like flipping Prowl. Big Prowl. Let's get that bold 2 triggering. Oh, flip him up. Draw. Escape route. Now I've got bold 2. Ba-boom. Not much to say about that, and the fact that they're fishable makes it even better. Of course, that also means I'm running 3 rollouts. Not fishable, but having extra blue icons means that I'll be a little bit more defensible. There's only, what, 6 blue icons if I did my math right. Yep. So, it's not much as far as defense, but sometimes I just hit a bunch of them. Maybe I hit 2 rollouts on a Start Your Engines. Maybe I hit all of them. It's helpful. And being able to flip everybody down can be very, very helpful. Especially when I got Prowl ready to go. I got that turbo boosters in my hand. So, boom, he flips down. I get to turbo boost. I get to flip Prowl back up and draw another card for Cliff. It's a good card for this. And I'm sure you guys have seen me use it before. Last but not least, I got 2 ramming speeds. I thought about reprocess. I really did. And I like the idea of it. But I needed to stick with the aggro theme. I already have far more cards in here that aren't orange icons than I wanted to. And that's one of the reasons I pushed to 43 cards in this deck. I needed to make sure that my orange percentage was very high. So, that being said, that's the main deck. Again, 43 cards. This deck is a beast. That's why I call it Dreadnought. Let's go ahead and move on to the sideboard. This is where things get crazy. Alright, sideboard time, people. Now, normally I would just side against the things that I'm not prepared for, but in this case I decided to do the other route and just try and off-tempo people. And that means bringing in Blur. Oh yeah, this guy is ridiculous. And since I already have both Prowls in my deck, I can just side right into it. And he is murderous. I am a huge fan of that deck, and come on, man. 25 stars and being able to outpace people when they're not expecting it, especially if they go tall. Oh, I attack. Well, Blur's going to hit that guy and that guy. Huzzah! Anyway, the idea is that I'm going to off-tempo them, as well as do a little bit of upgrade changes. I added 3 Power Punches and 3 Erratic Lightnings into this deck. You don't see me use this very much. Oh wait, yeah you do, because I love to play orange. I didn't main these cards because I found they had less advantages than the other things, especially with Sabotage Armaments right now. I side them in because people won't be expecting them most of the time. Now that I'm telling you guys about it, I'm sure more people will expect it, but that's beside the point. And last but not least, I also have 3 Kinetic Intensifier Whips. That is an interesting sideboard choice for me. I really don't want to side in more white pips, because then I'm just flipping a ton of white pips. But I found that I can use this occasionally if I find that I need more bold, because I can attach it to Prowl, then flip him up, or flip him down, and get the bold 2, and then play Escape Route or Rollout, and then I get another bold 2 from it, as well as possibly the bold 2 from himself. Other iterations I've used with this, I ran it with showing off. This is my brain working after all the hours I've been working, so bear with me. Last but not least, we got a solo slot left. I've got one last ramming speed to round it out to 3 in the off chance that I find that I need more upgrade removal. But that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the last leg of this profile / video and talk to you guys about what's coming next. Alright guys, that's it for the profile for right now. And I told you guys in my last post that this was going to be a feature week, so after this, on the next couple of days, you're going to see some gameplay videos featuring the Dreadnought Engine against a number of decks and a number of different opponents too, including Stefan over from DefTF. He's always around and he's always giving me a little bit of extra help getting things ready and ironing out some details. As for the giveaway, I know it's not much, but I will be giving away my old mech mat. A new year means a new mat, and this one needs to find a new home. So, what you need to do to enter this giveaway is go ahead and comment down below. Boom! Tell me what deck you want to see me play. Any deck. The deck that I find the most intriguing is going to get a deck built and a profile, and this mat's going to be going to the person that gave me the idea. There might be some surprises in there too, you never know. But the old mech mat's going to find a new home by the end of the, after the new year rolls in, because I'm going to announce the winner on the page on Friday. So, thanks for coming out. I love all you guys. You are awesome. And I'm not just saying that. You guys rule. This community is the best. That's pretty much it. So just go ahead and remember that I love all you guys. Happy New Year. And remember, make every card hurt!